Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I stand before you with a simple yet powerful message. Nobody cares, work harder. These 5 words may sound cold, even harsh, but they carry within them a profound truth. A truth that can transform your mindset, your actions, and ultimately, your life. In a world buzzing with noise, distractions, and endless opinions, it's easy to get caught up in seeking validation, waiting for someone to recognize your potential, or hoping for sympathy when times get tough. But here's the reality. Most people are too busy fighting their own battles to focus on yours. Nobody, not your family, not your friends, not your mentors, can truly walk your journey for you. And that's okay, because you don't need them to. What you need is your own relentless determination. Let me ask you something. How often have you found yourself complaining about your circumstances? How often do you tell yourself, if only someone understood what I'm going through? Here's the hard truth. Excuses and complaints might bring you fleeting comfort, but they will never bring you success. Success is born out of perseverance, grit, and the unwavering decision to work harder, regardless of who is watching or cheering for you. Think about the greatest achievers in history: the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the innovators, the artists. Do you think they waited for applause to fuel their efforts? No. They woke up every day, faced their challenges head-on, and gave their all, even when nobody was watching. They knew the secret. Nobody cares about your excuses. The world doesn't owe you understanding, but what it will always respect is results. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man who dreamed of being a champion athlete. He trained day and night, pushing his limits, while his friends partied and enjoyed their lives. People mocked him, said he was wasting his youth, and doubted he'd ever make it. But he didn't let their words deter him. Instead, he channeled every ounce of doubt, every moment of pain, into fuel for his training. Years later, when he stood on the podium with a gold medal around his neck, the same people who doubted him were the first to clap. You see, nobody cared about his struggles, but everyone respected his triumph. That's the paradox of life. And it's not just athletes. Think of anyone striving for greatness in any field. The late nights, the sacrifices, the moments of self-doubt. They're all part of the journey. But what separates those who succeed from those who give up is their ability to embrace the grind, to work harder, even when it feels like the world doesn't care. Now, you might be thinking, why should I work harder if nobody cares? The answer is simple: because you care. You care about your dreams, your goals, your potential. You care about proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. The effort you put in today is not for the applause of others. It's for the satisfaction of knowing you gave it your all. Life is tough. It's unfair. It's full of obstacles. But those obstacles are not there to stop you. They're there to test you, to see how badly you want it. Every time you feel like giving up, remind yourself, this is the moment that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. This is where champions are made. Some days, you'll feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You'll question if it's worth it. In those moments, remember this: pain is temporary. Regret lasts forever. The pain of hard work fades, but the regret of not trying, of settling for mediocrity, will haunt you for a lifetime. When nobody cares, work harder. When the odds are against you, work harder. When you feel unseen, unappreciated, or misunderstood, work harder. Because every step you take, every effort you make, brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. You don't need permission to chase your dreams. You don't need validation to work on your goals. What you need is the courage to start, the discipline to keep going, and the resilience to keep pushing, no matter what. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who grind, who hustle, who fight for it with everything they've got. So, stop waiting for someone to care. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now, and the person who needs to care the most is you. Remember, greatness is not handed out. It's earned, one day, 1 hour, one decision at a time. And every time you choose to work harder, to push through the discomfort, to rise above the noise, you're building the foundation for a future you can be proud of. So, the next time you're tempted to complain or seek sympathy, pause and ask yourself, will this help me grow? Will this bring me closer to my dreams? If the answer is no, let it go. Channel that energy into action. Because nobody cares about your excuses, but everyone will notice your results. Ladies and gentlemen, the power to transform your life lies within you. Not in the opinions of others, not in external circumstances, but in your ability to work harder, to push forward, to never give up. Embrace the mindset of nobody cares, work harder, and you'll find a strength you never knew you had. Here's another truth. The world is full of distractions. Social media, endless notifications, and other people's expectations often pull us away from our purpose. It's easy to spend hours scrolling, comparing, and wondering why someone else seems to have it all. But comparison is the thief of joy, and time wasted on distractions is time stolen from your dreams. Don't let that happen. Choose focus. Choose discipline. Choose to work harder. When you commit to working harder, you're not just building a better life. You're building a better you. Every challenge you overcome adds to your strength. Every failure you endure teaches you resilience. Every time you refuse to quit, you redefine what's possible for yourself. Now, let's be clear. This is not a message of discouragement. It's not meant to tell you that your pain or your efforts are meaningless. Far from it. This is a call to action. This is your wake-up call. Because while nobody cares about the reasons you can't, the world will stand in awe of the reasons you did. Life is a battlefield. Every single day, you wake up to fight for what you want. But here's the catch. Your opponent isn't the person next to you. It isn't your circumstances, your upbringing, or your past mistakes. Your opponent is the voice in your head that says, "You've done enough. You can rest now." That voice is the real enemy. And the only way to silence it is to work harder. Let me tell you something. Effort doesn't lie. Hard work is the one thing you can always count on. It's the great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you came from, what resources you started with, or how many people doubted you. Hard work doesn't care about your circumstances. It rewards the relentless, the persistent, and the unbreakable. Think about the people you admire, the ones who inspire you. Do you admire them because of how they talked about their dreams, or because of how they worked to make those dreams real? Nobody remembers the person who almost made it. Nobody celebrates the one who gave up because it was hard. People remember those who showed up, who gave their all, and who kept going when every fiber of their being screamed for them to stop. Let's talk about rejection. Let's talk about failure. Because you will fail. You will get knocked down. You will hear no more times than you can count. And guess what? Nobody cares. The world doesn't care about the times you fell. It cares about the times you got back up. Each rejection, each failure, is a test. It's the universe asking you, how bad do you want it? And your answer can only be given through action. So, what's stopping you? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it the comfort of mediocrity? Let me remind you that comfort is the enemy of progress. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. Growth comes from pushing yourself past your limits, from doing the things you don't want to do, from sacrificing today's ease for tomorrow's greatness. Stop waiting for someone to come and rescue you. Stop hoping for a break, a handout, or a shortcut. Because even if someone hands you success, it won't last if you haven't earned it. Real success is built brick by brick, with sweat, tears, and sleepless nights. It's not given, it's taken, and it's taken by those who refuse to quit. Understand this. The universe owes you nothing, but it will give you everything if you prove you're worthy. Prove it by showing up, day after day, when it's hard, when you're tired, when you're scared, and when you're alone. Prove it by being the kind of person who doesn't need external validation, who doesn't need someone to care, because you care enough about your dreams to make them happen. Let's talk about your dreams. Are they big? Good. Are they terrifying? Even better. Because the size of your dream determines the size of your effort. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. But dreaming alone isn't enough. Dreams without work are just wishes. And wishes are for people who want life to happen to them, not for them. The path to success is not crowded. Why? Because most people give up. Most people stop when it gets hard. Most people listen to the world when it tells them to settle for less. But not you. You are different. You are here because you refuse to settle. You are here because you understand that greatness is a choice, and that choice is made every single day. There will be days when you feel invisible. Days when it seems like no one notices your efforts. That's fine. Keep going. Because the truth is, people will only care once you've succeeded. And when that day comes, they won't ask about the nights you cried, the mornings you doubted yourself, or the sacrifices you made. They'll only see the results. So, give them results they can't ignore. Work harder when it's dark, so you can shine when it's light. Work harder when nobody is watching, because that's when champions are made. Work harder not for them, but for you. For the person you're becoming. For the legacy you're building. For the dreams that deserve to become reality. You're going to face pain. That's a given. But pain is temporary. Regret is forever. Don't let the discomfort of the moment steal the joy of your future. Don't let the ease of quitting rob you of the life you've always wanted. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. And here's the best part. You have everything you need to succeed. Right now, within you, there's a fire. A fire that's been burning since the moment you dared to dream. Feed that fire. Protect it from the winds of doubt and the rain of negativity. Let it grow until it's an inferno that lights up the world. Stop blaming. Stop waiting. Stop wishing. Start doing. Start building. Start proving. Prove it to yourself, prove it to the world, and prove it to the universe that you are unstoppable, that you are unshakable, that you are relentless. Because in the end, nobody cares about the storms you weathered. They care about the ship you built. So, go out there and build it. Build it with your blood, your sweat, and your determination. Build it until it's unsinkable. Build it until it's unstoppable. Build it until it's undeniable. Nobody cares. Work harder. And one day, they'll care about what you've built. So, get to work. The world is waiting to be amazed by you. Let's dig deeper into what working harder really means. It's not just about putting in hours. It's about focus. It's about cutting out distractions, silencing the noise, and directing every ounce of energy towards your goal. It's about saying no to the things that don't serve your purpose and saying yes to the grind. Working harder means embracing the discomfort. It means running toward the things that scare you, not away from them. It's about realizing that fear is a compass pointing you to where growth lies. Every time you push past fear, you grow stronger. Every time you face it head-on, you take one step closer to the person you're meant to be. It's about persistence. The grind isn't glamorous. It's not Instagram-worthy. It's early mornings, late nights, and 1,000 moments when you question if it's worth it. But let me tell you, it is. Because every step you take, every small victory, builds momentum. And momentum is a powerful thing. Once you have it, nothing can stop you. Hard work is about resilience. It's about bouncing back when life hits you with everything it's got. It's about getting up one more time than you've been knocked down. Each time you rise, you prove to yourself that you're tougher than anything life can throw at you. Think of a sculptor chiseling a masterpiece out of stone. At first, it looks like nothing, just a block of rock. But with every strike of the hammer, every careful cut, a form begins to emerge. That's what your hard work does. It chips away at doubt, fear, and mediocrity until the best version of yourself is revealed. Some people might call you crazy for working as hard as you do. They might laugh or doubt you. Let them. Because while they're busy judging, you're busy building. While they're making excuses, you're making progress. And one day, when you've achieved your dreams, those same people will wonder how you did it. But here's the thing. They'll never see the sacrifices, the late nights, the early mornings, or the tears. They won't see the times you got up after falling. All they'll see is the result. And that's okay, because you didn't do it for them. You did it for you. Let's talk about setbacks for a moment. Everyone faces them. Everyone fails. The difference between winners and losers is how they respond to failure. Winners use failure as fuel. They analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and come back stronger. Losers use failure as an excuse to give up. Which will you choose? Your potential is limitless, but it's up to you to unlock it. Nobody else can do the work for you. Nobody else can want it for you. And nobody else can stop you, except you. So, every time you feel doubt creeping in, remind yourself, nobody cares. Work harder. Remember this, hard work compounds. The efforts you put in today might not show results tomorrow, or next week, or even next year. But over time, they add up. They create momentum, and eventually they lead to breakthroughs. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is self-belief. Believe that you have what it takes. Believe that your hard work will pay off. Because when you believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. Success is not a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, twists and turns. There will be moments when you feel like you're moving backward instead of forward. But progress isn't always visible. Trust the process. Trust that your hard work is paving the way for something extraordinary.